Birmingham, Alabama.
That's right.
Been in San Diego since 2018. This is his first mixed martial arts fight. And he's a scientist who created this supplement right here. And you make other things as well. And so you look really fit. You're telling me if I take this, I'm going to look like you?
That's as simple as it gets, man. Pretty much. It's straight to it.
So, scientist and a fighter.
Yeah.
Seems like almost a dichotomy in most people's eyes.
Depending on how you look at it.
Okay.
I'm a practitioner of human movement. So this is an opportunity to put human movement and all of its capabilities on display.
Okay. So we might need to speak up a little bit to hear the mic right there. But that makes a lot of sense. So you're saying that you're into the human movement, you're into the body, you're into proving what the body can do. And what better way than to get into one of the most intense athletic experiences that you could be, and mixed martial arts fight where you can use any of the martial arts and it takes all these different types of athletic abilities. And so you understand the human body well. What got you interested into it? What made you want to be a scientist to help improve people's performance?
Oh, so I came up with very intelligent parents, right?
Both educated?
Both well educated.
American Indian parents, you were saying.
American Indian, but in a place where it's hard to step on the other side of poverty.
Right. You get all the education you want, but getting out of poverty is hard in those
like
poverty-ridden areas.
My father he graduated from college with a biology degree. My mother, she now is about to finish another program, but she educated my three brothers and I for the most of our educational career.
Like homeschooled?
Homeschooled, kind of makeshift homeschool.
Yeah.
Like my oldest brother, he's 4 years older than me. He didn't stay in the same school system until his senior year type of thing. But all of the books were curtailed to he and my second oldest brother, and because of that, it put me in a good position to learn a lot of advanced concepts early on. And by the time I got to high school, I entered into, late middle school, entered into the public school system. And football is a religion out there.
Okay.
So I started playing football. And I ended up taking my football talent to college, University of Alabama, Troy University. And once I started realizing that I need to take a pivot with my professional career, I was studying nursing for a while, and I needed to change my major because the nursing clinicals was conflicting with my football schedule. So I wanted to get the most out of that. So I switched over to exercise science and just applied every concept.
What kind of science?
Exercise science.
Exercise science.
Yeah, so I applied it with all my performance, and I made it work. So the way I got into supplements, I was experimenting with a sodium bicarbonate to buffer the hydrogens accumulated during prolonged anaerobic function. So I ended up doing that on my pro day. I setting did 29 reps on my pro day. That was like the most in the country that year.
29 reps or what?
225 bench press. Yeah, so it was cool.
How much do you weigh, dude? You seem small to be doing that.
Like 165 right now.
What?
Yeah. So,
dude, that is insane.
Works, it's not a guessing game. The science is real. So when it comes to really understanding the human body, everything has been broken down it's been deduced to the lowest concept, and somebody got to continue pushing that forward.
So one of the things you said before we started the interview is that you developed a skill called poise, and it's just as valuable in life or even in a fight, whether it be a real fight or a martial arts fight, as learning the skills of jiu-jitsu or Muay Thai or boxing or wrestling. The skill of poise is just as important. Tell us what you mean by that and how you developed it or why you developed it.
So when I look at the word martial within and of itself is it's a militant term,
Mm-hmm.
And poise within and of itself it can cover social intelligence,
mm-hmm.
emotional intelligence, all of these things were the tools that I use to survive, as well as my physical capabilities. I've been doing a lot of fighting,
mm-hmm.
but you can't get everywhere just by knocking heads.
Mm-mm.
You know what I mean? Although I come from a rather loving family, I told you we struggled. So a lot of times my brothers and I got separated. Even at times, all of my brothers and my mother, we were in a foster home together.
Really?
Yeah, man. So I use those skills to belong. in different places. You know, I was fortunate enough to meet some people who would take me in for extended period of times, and my brothers were doing the same thing. You know,
So you guys are going around, getting in where you fit in. Different. Yeah. You're in one family, brothers in another family, because not everybody can take in 2-3 people.
Yeah, you know, I mean, we still have our nuclear unit, but I barely have any memories of us being together.
Really?
Yeah. So
that's interesting.
Because of that, though, man, we're all very different.
Yeah, we're very different because the family that adopts you for a week or a month or however long makes an influence on you, and everybody is adding to that. You said that you have a lot of anger.
I'm pissed off.
Yeah, tell us why.
I'm pissed off, and in society, like I told you, man, it's not always an appropriate time to express that anger.
Right.
But we're still human, so I'm not going to sit and say that I don't have it. But I look around, man. I meet a lot of people. I work with some great people, and one thing that we don't have as American Indians, particularly urban Indians, is inheritance. We pass nothing on. You know, our dollars aren't cycled. They're not recycled within our community, and that's not just a reflection of the lack of effort or intelligence of a people. You know, I think a lot of times the term systemic oppression is kind of overused at this point. You know, it's been kind of gentrified. But the reality of it is, man, when you look into reclassification of people, you know, when you strip someone of their nationality and title them with a legal classification like a black or white, those things have actual legal ramifications. You know, they're well defined. But when you look at a nationality, it makes you sovereign to a place. You know, and when I have to see my grandmother be in a place and not have what she needs because of the atrocities enacted on my grandfather, you know, yeah, I take it personal. I see everyone here, you know, even I got my beautiful wife with me. Our family moved from the Philippines, you know, but they're able to do that because their families stick together, or they're able to stick together without everyone trying to break it through.
Right.
You know? So, yeah, man, I'm real angry.
But you seem calm. That's the point.
Controlled anger is calm, you know?
So as far as channeling this anger and also wanting a platform to kind of prove what the body is capable of doing into the cage, what can we expect when we see you in the cage fighting on February 17th, for example?
In terms of express philosophy or movement?
What do you think the outcome will be? What do you think, what would be impressive to the person watching? Why would someone want to buy tickets to come see?
Oh man,
that?
I'm going to put on a display of excellent striking and ground game. Now, when I found out who my opponent was, you know, I told you I played highly competitive sports. So from a sports perspective, you know, I treated him like any other opponent. You know, I'm gonna do my research.
Yeah.
And he seems to be an achieved wrestler. So the more I train, I respect myself, I respect my opponent as well. You know, outside of that, I don't know the guy. I'm not really trying to get to know him. You know, it's not like we're going to dinner together. But because I take him serious, he got some serious coming at him. But I'm gonna put on some serious striking, and then I'll hold my own ground as well. But I look forward to seeing what we can do together.
Very interesting guy in Philip here. I'm excited to get to know you more. We're just scratching the surface. Hopefully he will come back and be on the next show. We can do another one of these because we got so many different facets of you that I want to dig into deeper. This was really interesting. I hope you guys got a lot out of it. And ask some questions. Follow his social media. Ask questions on the Epic Fighting. Jump on there and comment. Because we want to get to know this guy more. Very interesting history. And we can't wait to see you in the cage.
I appreciate the conversation. Thank you.